Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video. We're going to be playing some Shaolin today. I'm going to be trying my best to show off my ultimate setup for him, I guess would be the way to label it. I'm not sure if that's going to be the title or not, but it sounds pretty good. If you've been following my stuff for a while, you'll probably remember that I used to have 2 or 3 different Shaolin setups. I've now kind of combined them into one ultimate setup that I use pretty much whenever I play Shaolin, because obviously I don't really use the default ones. This ends up just being my go-to setup, which is pretty much a combination of all 3 that I used to have, and now is just the only one that I use, which is why I'm labeling it the ultimate setup for me. If I look at the rest of the Paladins roster, there really aren't too many other characters that I can play with just one setup in pretty much every situation, but Shaolin, for whatever reason, is one of them. It is a very straightforward setup. Obviously, because it is just one loadout, it's not going to be perfect in every situation ever. I'd say like 10% of the matches you're going to have, you could maybe do a little bit better with something else, but I'd say that at least for me, 90% of the time, this setup would be the best one in that situation. That's kind of the point I was trying to make. We've got Quicksand, which pulls the cooldown down a crippling arrow. Pretty much everybody rocks this card. It's really strong. You get to pull down the cooldown from your right click down from 8 all the way to 5, which is why it's so notable. With the F, it's not as important because you have a card that fully resets it if you drop below a threshold, and said card only has a 15-second internal timer. We have it in the setup. It's really strong, so I don't really feel the need to get Mirage, whereas with the right click you're throwing it out all the time in fights, so that covers 2 of them. We also have Swagger, which is more of a filler card than anything else. It's just a small health buff. You could put pretty much anything there. None of them are too crazy, but 50 extra health, why not? The other kind of main card I personally really like, but I don't see too many people actually use it in game. I find it to be quite strong. I think if you're playing in Siege you'll notice it a little bit less, and you're probably better off spending 5 points elsewhere, but obviously for me I really like it, which is why we've got it in here level 5. It basically means whenever you hit somebody with an arrow in your queue, you slow them by 25% for 2 seconds, and it's stacked, which means you can slow people massively if you hit them with multiple shots. I really like this card, personal preference thing. I know a lot of people don't use it, but definitely worth considering. And then finally, Poise, which reduces the movement speed debuff you get when you're drawing your bow, which you're obviously doing a lot with Shaolin because it's your pretty much only source of damage other than your Q. Not too long ago, I used to rock a setup with this level 5, and I tested it out in the target practice, messed around, and found that the ideal range for it is either level 2 or level 3. 5 is kind of pointless. The difference between having it 40 or 60% and 100% really isn't all that much, and that is definitely a big reason why I combined the setups in the first place, because Poise 2 pretty much gets the job done. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the intro. We'll of course jump into some games and actually play with it now in a second. For the talent, I usually go for Recurve or Sand Trap. It really depends. I very rarely go for Desert Silence because it is a very specific talent. If you need a silence, you grab this. If you don't, then obviously you don't really have a reason to. I'd say the usual thought process goes something like this. Do you need a silence? Yes, you grab Desert Silence. Do you need to have your cripple in an area and also have a little bit of extra burst? Then go ahead and grab Sand Trap. But I'd say at least for me, Recurve is the one that I go for most of the time, but I do also grab Sand Trap quite a bit. It just depends on the situation, because there really isn't a situation where Recurve is going to be useless. It works everywhere. Sand Trap will sometimes be better, but a lot of the times it won't be, and then Desert Silence is, like I said, very specific. So yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into a match. I could do with a bit of a warm-up, so do give me a bit of a break, I guess, for game 1. After game 1, feel free to shit on me all the way, but game 1 is going to be, yeah, a little bit rough. Shaolin is one of those characters where if I don't play him for like 2 days, I feel really rusty with him. I actually don't know if any of the performance issues have been fixed. I can't remember if they mentioned anything in the patch notes for the upcoming update, but Shaolin has had problems like with frame rate drops and stuff for a while. I am hoping that they're fine, but if you play multiple games in a row is when you really start to notice that it gets kind of bad, so I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Obviously, just want to mention how much I cut out of these intros. I've been recording here for like 15 minutes. I haven't even jumped into a game just yet. I hopefully condensed it down to like 2 or 3 minutes, but sometimes I feel like I just go on and over-explain stuff, which a lot of people like. Definitely some of you appreciate like the stuff that I go in depth on, but I know if you play a bunch of Paladins all the time, and you probably play it more than I do, it's probably a little bit repetitive to hear me explain things that are, you know, probably obvious to you. Also, I feel like I say it all the time, but thank you for all the love on the videos. If you feel like dropping a like on this one, it would be massively appreciated. The button is always right below the bloody video. You should do it every single time. I feel like I should freaking ask for likes more often, not to the point where it's annoying, because then that probably has the opposite effect, but whenever I mention liking the video in a video, the video does way better, so I definitely do it more. We've got TDM, Stealthwell Junction as the map for game 1. We've got Ruckus, Cassie, Genos, and a Sky. Then for their side, Ruckus, Pip, Jogos, Maeve, and Victor. It is 3 AM and I'm recording this as the usual because I have no sleep schedule, so that would probably explain this screen, because it definitely looks like I'm meant to carry, and their Ruckus is meant to, and everybody else is, you know, kind of new, although the Victor's level 29, so maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm going to try and do my best. I imagine this will be a pretty good situation for Shaolin. We'll see. We'll go ahead and grab our Recurve. Sand Trap would also work, but I want to start off with this one. I also very much like Cauterize and Life Rip, because Life Rip on Shaolin is really nice. We've got Rocket Barrage, Luminary should be very helpful, Exaction, Debilitate, Burst Mode, Flux Generator, Fusillade, Street Justice, and then whatever the Pip goes. My hands are freezing because I have my AC on. There's a shot for the Victor. Just going to get some shots. There we go. Actually landed one on the Maeve. Can we finish her off? Like, it's been forever since I played Shaolin. We hit the Maeve. What is the plan? Is she actually going to try and go around? Yes, she is. That cripple was enough to kill. I forgot how much health Maeve has. There goes the Jogos. I'm not even playing very well here. That arrow should not have landed. I feel like I'm playing kind of badly. What was that ragdoll? But hello, Pip. Somehow this is working though. There he goes. Okay, there's a shot for him. Gonna F myself away. Hit him with another one. Can we get a free triple? Yes, we can. Can I get a quadra maybe? Victor, if I could have just landed some shots, that would have been easy. I'll take the quadra. Are we getting a penta here? I'm gonna go ahead and pop the ult. Yeah, sure. We're gonna get a hexa kill. No, because I have no health, and Pip just blasted me. Okay. You know, usually I feel like I have a decent reaction to a pentakill, but obviously with freaking the fact that this is a 3 AM game and everybody's playing badly, I don't feel particularly good about it. I think I'm also dead, or maybe not. Can we get a cheeky shot? That was actually enough to kill. I'm on 200 health. Jones, you want to hit me with a heal, my guy? I'm on 200 health. No? Okay, I'm just going to heal from being out of combat. He looked at me. There we go. Thank you. Like I kind of predicted at the start. I somehow didn't die there. Oh, I guess he punched the sky. That was weird. I actually managed to dodge a Drogo's ult with my F for like the first time ever. There goes that May. But yeah, like I predicted, this is a peak 3 AM game. Everybody is really, really kind of bad or new, I guess would be the better way to word it, because matchmaking did not know what to do. Thank you, Genos, for the damage buff. I flicked too much. Hello, Drogos. There's a Q. Is Victor still in here? Yep, there's a K for him. I thought I would land that shot, but I guess not. I'm dead. Ruckus finished him. We'll finish off KOTH. We're actually doubling their score right now. I've been doing pretty good so far. Another thing that's really weirding me out is the fact that the frame rate is actually fine. Currently playing Shaolin does not feel too bad. Obviously at the start of the videos it usually isn't too bad, but as we go along it usually gets worse, so we'll see. There's a shot for the pit. There's another one. Really glad I went for recurve because it's massively helping my DPS. Hello, Maeve, I guess you're behind. There's a cripple. Can I finish her off? Go ahead and pop the ult. Didn't have an animation on that for some reason. There goes the Drogos. Hello, Pip. I actually can't tell if these are people or not because they're playing kind of weird. I'm assuming they are because they don't play like bots, but it's still very, very strange. He's got the shield up, so I wasn't going to hit him. I'm going to heal from being out of combat. I guess we should be able to get rid of him here because his Q is down. We'll go into Q, get rid of the Pip. He tried to ult. That's Maeve going for. You'll actually hit her with a K. Thought I'd be able to finish her off. Cheeky. We'll go ahead. More nimble on some life rip. Why the hell not? Anybody on this side? Don't think the Ruckus saw me. There's a cripple for him. There's another one. Ruckus went for the ult. Cool. He just blasted through him and got rid of the Pip as well. I think was Pip still up. Don't know if he's actually playing or not. It's kind of weird. There's the slow from the card. We got rid of the Victor. Thank you for the free trouble. If I can just not suck. There we go. I'm playing so badly and somehow kind of shredding him. Ruckus. There's a shot. There's another one. That's Pip going for the ult. I think I might be dead, or can we just about kill him? There we go. There is the F. I'm on 30 health. Tried to hit the Victor. I'm definitely gone though. What was that? I feel like I'm playing really badly and somehow we're shredding him. Ruckus is going for the ult. That's Genos to counter, and there is the victory. Well deserved win. We definitely kind of shredded them there. I feel like overall I did a pretty damn good job. 19,362k. If that isn't a carry, I don't really know what else would be. Sky did okay. Our Genos did pretty good. So did our Ruckus, and so did Cassie. Nobody else I did that badly. They may have struggled quite a bit. Ruckus was probably the person causing the most trouble on their side. The Drogos did okay. Victor did alright, and then the Pip didn't really do all that much. That was a really weird game. I don't feel like I should have been put in there at all. Their Ruckus was definitely also meant to carry, but he was on Ruckus. I feel like I already did a pretty good job there of showing it off in game 1, but hopefully we can do a little bit better here in game 2. Recurve worked really well as the talent. Super glad I went for it. It boosted our damage output a ton. Sandtrap would have also been fine. In most situations, Sandtrap or Recurve, you can go for either of them, but Recurve there definitely worked. Alright, well for game 2, we've got Snowfall Junction again, but King of the Hill this time. We've got a Sky, we've got a Jones and a Marnie and an Inara. Pretty good team. The Inara is also pretty leveled here, so they should hopefully be a little bit more even than the first one. There's a few people there who are also very clearly experienced, and a few people mixed in who definitely don't look like they are for their team comp though. They've got a Fury, a Strix, a Grover, a Makoa, and a Koga. I'm very tempted to go for Sandtrap because it should help us a bit with the Koga and the Strix, but Recurve is a really solid choice. We're going to go for Sandtrap though, because I went for Recurve in game 1. We'll see how we do here. Just as kind of a general estimate, with Sandtrap you'll end up with a few more kills as a team, and then I think with Recurve you probably end up with more damage and maybe less kills. It really just depends. 4 talents. We've got Prep, we've got Splitting Ice, Mother's Grace, Illuminate. Pretty standard. Exterminate's going to be kind of annoying, so is Deep Roots, Nocturnal Pluck, and then whatever the Koga grabs. It's the second person who hasn't grabbed anything. I can't remember what the Pip even had in game 1. We'll go ahead and throw a shot over there. Oh, that's me dead. I feel like I dodged that, but I guess not. I also got shot by the Strix, so obviously against that I am going to be cleared. I don't know what happened with our Inara, if she ran in late or if she was never there in the first place. Alright, whatever, keep it going. We actually hit that. Let's get some more shots over there on the Koa. He actually managed to juke me. Props to him. Hello, Strix. He missed both of those. Gonna dip into the F. He did fire a little cheeky shot though. There's another one. Gonna actually emote here, do a little bit of a dance behind to make sure that I can actually see what's going on. Strix is being grabbed by the Generals. Hit him with a right click combo and also one shot from the Q. Throw the right click over there. Actually hit the Fury, which actually still got a little bit of health left. Thought I'd be able to maybe get a cheeky shot on her feet, but that ain't gonna happen. Just trying to hide behind this box once again because I'm on no health. The Generals is playing a bit weirdly. He is throwing out heals, but he's just being a little bit random with it. There goes the Koga. There's a shot over there for the Strix. There's one for the Koa. It feels really slow playing him now after just playing with Recurve. Go ahead and pop the ult. There's a shot for the Koa. Hit his shield. Okay, there's a right click. That is the Grover ulting anyway, so I guess I wasn't really going to be able to do anything anyway. He missed his F though, so I think he is probably dead. We don't have enough KOTH to deal with the heal from the Fury, so I am going to even drop the spray. Fair enough. Just went ahead and dropped it in the chat, but for some reason our Armani and Generals don't have items. They don't have a Koga, so it is a 4v5, but yeah, for some reason 2 people on my team don't have anything. There goes the Fury, and did put myself in a bit of a weird spot. There's a shot for the Koga. I guess we'll go ahead and get a free kill. I think that's 2 DCs out of the 2 matches we've had, which is kind of rough. We're going to go ahead and pop the F to jump back a little bit. Just finished off KOTH. I got a bit of a cheeky angle. Holy shit, I actually landed that shot on the Fury. I can't believe that one worked. I think we also tapped the Grover for 300, but I don't know. Koga is all the way over there. I dismounted him, then tapped him 3 times. There's the Inara wall, which kind of blocked me off a little bit. Shot for the Strix and the Fury. Can we land another one? Oh, I fired way too high for that. There's another attempt. That is the Generals going for the ult. We actually got a double. Nice. They still don't have any items, which is boring because everybody on their side does, even the Koga who's not playing, so I don't know why they haven't grabbed any. There's a shot for the Koa. He's gone. See if we can finish him off. There we go. 2 free kills from him, I guess. I don't know why he's just standing there. I guess he is here, but he's just not playing. Don't really get why he's just standing here. I guess he's playing, but he's just not doing anything, because or else he'd be moving around if he was a bot. There's a shot for the Grover. I don't know what's going on here. I think I might be dead. Strix blind. I'm just going to let go of that. I did did hit somebody. There is the F, but that's like 3 of them on me. I guess I'll just go ahead and die. She dropped the spray again and in the emote, so I'm assuming she's seen my stuff. Either that or she just really doesn't like Sha Lins. Pop the F, retreat a little bit. There's a shot for the Strix. Can we finish him off? Whoever's just over there. There's a shot for him. I actually hit the 1,000 on him there as well. I thought I was just going to get the 300. What I was trying to say though is it does seem like we're going to win this one just from objective time because they're not really playing it at all. They're playing super defensively. They are trying to jump on it occasionally, but we're really holding it mainly because our Inara is pretty good. Hello Fury, a bunch of shots from the Q. I do have my ult up, so I guess we can go ahead and pop it. There's a K. Shot for the Makoa. Cool, is Fury still just here? Yep, there's a K for her, and she is outie. Makoa is still just here. We'll go ahead and get rid of him as well. Shot for the Grover. Actually landed that full one on him. There's another one. That was nearly enough damage to finish him off. I'm worried the Strix was looking at me, which is why I F'd because my reaction time was slow. He is gone. Actually managed to whoop him, get bodied. The frame rate dropped really hard there. Shot the Fury. Oh my god, that totally should have hit. God damn it. Shot for the Makoa. I don't think it's going to show in the video, but my god, the frame rate is bad right now. It's jumping all the way from like 144 down to like sub 60. I have no idea what's going on. This is just the standard thing that happens with Shaolin, where his frame rate is really bad. There goes the Fury, but for some reason though it just happened randomly when we got rid of the Strix. I don't know. We just got rid of the Grover. Hello Makoa. There's some shots. In a weird way, it's making it a little bit easier to play because people are kind of moving around weirdly because the frame rate is so bad. There's a shot for the Fury straight into the Q. I actually managed to somehow dodge the beam. She walked around the corner, shot just there. Thought that would be kind of enough to get rid of her, but nope. There we go. She's still gone. What is happening? Oh my god, the frame rate is like watching a slideshow right now. This is horrible. There goes the Strix. I'm on no health. The frame rate right now is absolutely abysmal. I'm hoping it will maybe get fixed when I die, but I really have no idea what causes it. And I don't think they do either, or else it would have been fixed. But you know, in game 1 it was perfectly fine, and in this game it was fine as well up until like something happened. Don't even know what it was that caused it. I think I just killed the Strix and then it just went absolutely downhill from there. It feels really bad. I think I might be kind of screwed. Oh, I'm totally dead here. Right, there's a shot for the Makoa before I'm a goner. Thank you generals for the heal. My juking skills there were abysmal. I totally could have saved myself, but it's whatever. We're going to win this game. It's 350 to 130. Don't really know what caused it though, because like I said, it was just a random switch after I killed somebody. The stun from the Fury there just melted through my health. The Grover's going up. There's a shot for him. Life rip coming through clutch. I think I am a goner though. He is really low. Team tried to finish him off, but he got healed. Like I said earlier, we are going to win this one just from the objective time, but I feel like I did play pretty well. I actually showed the setup off really well. The really sad thing is I can't recommend that you actually go ahead and try this out for yourself or play Shaolin at all because of the issues he has. I don't know if they're PC only. I don't know if people on console have them as well, but I know for a fact it is a very common thing on PC, and it actually is a thing that makes me kind of not want to make Shaolin videos because until this is fixed, it makes it really kind of inconsistent and not fun to play. Shoutouts to the Fury and the Strix on their side. He said he was trash. I would disagree. He did pretty good. 12,757k. He could definitely have done better, but he did not do a bad job there at all. We shredded just like we did in game 1. It was super rough on the second half, but even with the performance issues, I didn't do too bad. We went 19 to 6 with 89k. Really happy with that. Our Sky did okay. Definitely could have done better. General, same sort of thing. The Inara didn't really do all that much, but she spent the whole game playing the objective, which I do have to tip I had to her for because that is what won us the game there. 294 seconds. I wouldn't say her stat is bad by any means. I would just say that it's kind of underwhelming because 13k looks really bad, but when we take into consideration that she was pretty much the only person in that entire game playing the objective, it makes a ton of sense. Then the Amani did okay. Definitely could have done better. Their Fury was a pain in the ass. Their Strix did pretty good. Their Grover did alright. Their Makoa didn't do all that well, and then their Koga was pretty much AFK for that whole game. Really weird set of matches, but I feel like I, showed Shaolin off well, and I did demonstrate the setup to pretty much the best of my abilities, other than, second half of the game too, where it was just a slideshow for me. Gonna be honest with you, it is kind of sad that Shaolin has these performance issues because I'd play him so much more if he didn't, and I'd actually recommend him so much more if he didn't have these problems, but it's the main reason I don't play him all that much. It's the main reason why I don't make videos on him all that often is because he's had these problems for, I'd say, at least 6 months. As far as I can remember, it's been a problem in pretty much all of the Shaolin videos I've uploaded in the past 6 months to a year, and I don't really understand why it hasn't been fixed. It's a super serious problem. I'm assuming it might not be an issue on console, which is why it hasn't been fixed, because obviously if it is a PC only problem, then it's going to be, I guess, a bit of a lower priority, and it also seemed really inconsistent. It makes it pretty much impossible to recommend Shaolin or play him for, any sort of period of time where 1 out of every 3 or 4 games you're going to have a match where just randomly it's going to just start dropping frames like mental. But obviously I don't have that much experience outside of my own, so definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. It might be a PC only thing, it might be a high refresh monitor only thing as well, which would make it even, I guess, less of a priority. I don't know, but definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts also with the setup. Just in general, I'd love to hear more of your thoughts on Shaolin and the video today, but thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, of course, let me know what you want to see me do next. I'll see you guys all very soon, and as always, stay frosty.